What's up, guys? I'm Chad Barnes, and welcome to the channel. Here, it's all about real car talk, from simple fixes to smart driving tips and keeping your ride in top shape. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, and make sure you watch all the way through. There's a lot of good stuff coming. Let's get to
the essence of the phenomenon today. We will talk about the vibration that appears at idle speeds, for example, when stopping, at traffic lights or in traffic jams. And we will also try to find the difference between the vibration of a cold and warmed motor. But again, only the vibration that occurs when stopping or parking. It's logical to assume that the vibration is the motor's fault. Nothing seems to work in the transmission when stopped. That's almost right, so let's start with the motor. Not spinning enough. Indeed, the main cause of vibration is low idle speed. The character of vibration will be more or less uniform. Therefore, first of all, you should pay attention to the tachometer, or better, to a more accurate scanner, and find out if the idle speeds have sagged. Why they may drop is another topic, but if the idle speed is really lower than normal, you will have to do diagnostics. Although on some cars idle speeds are naturally low, so it is difficult to fight with such vibration, for example, on Honda Civic. So here we are dealing with a type of norm. Well, if the idle speed has really dropped, it is necessary to deal with it. Just do not forget that idle speeds can significantly decrease when many consumers are switched on due to increased load on the generator. And if in the first cold weather you suddenly notice that the car shakes a little, try to turn off the heated seats, windows, mirrors, steering wheel, and what else is there. If after turning them off, the vibration is gone, you should not worry, it's normal. Another thing, uneven vibration, in which the car can also shake a little. Here, most likely, we will have to fall into banality. Usually it is a sign of Trojan. Theoretically, the check engine lamp will also tell you about it, but not all cars have it on for every reason, so it can ignore single ignition misses. The output is the same, diagnostics. Maybe it's time to change the plugs, maybe the injector is leaking or some sensor is bad. In general, everything is clear with the ternary. I will not repeat myself. A more serious reason may be uneven engine operation due to a decrease in compression in one or more cylinders. Even if there are no faults in the ignition system and the compression is still enough to ignite the fuel-air mixture, a significant difference in compression in one of the cylinders leads to increased vibration at idle speed. It may not be noticeable on the move, and not everyone feels a decrease in dynamics at once, but at idle the engine may shake a little. Again, go to the service, measure compression, and draw conclusions. This is especially true for owners of diesel cars. The uniformity of engine operation depends on the compression especially strongly. And, of course, you should not forget about the timing belt. A belt slip of one tooth does not always light up with an error on the panel, but it can shake well. Stretching of the chain also affects the vibration of the motor, so in these cases, checking the marks or synchronization of phases with a scanner will not be superfluous. All of the above are very common causes of vibration at idle. But fortunately, in life, the most common cause of such vibration is more simple to solve and has almost nothing to do with the motor. I'm tired, I'm quitting. On older cars, this kind of vibration almost always occurs for a simple reason, due to wear and tear on the engine mounts. As we all know, at least one of the motor mounts or pads in a modern car is oiled. The oil can escape from it due to rupture or cracks, after which the motor lies on the body. Lying on the body, the motor jumps so that the vibration will be very noticeable. Therefore, it is the filled support that should be checked first of all. Why with a torn support the motor can shake the car not constantly, but only at idle? Usually for one simple reason: as soon as the engine starts to give up torque when moving, it tilts a little. And it moves away from the body at that point. And when stopped, it lies back on the cushions on their remnants and starts shaking the whole car again. However, all simple rubber supports also lose their properties over time. Rubber gets stale over the years and readily transmits vibrations to the body. And this is most noticeable on a colder engine. If you stand in traffic, and even in the heat, the rubber parts become a little softer. And the vibration seems to decrease. But on a cold engine it appears again. The solution is simple: replacement of supports. and, probably, it will be necessary to change all supports at once, including gearbox cushions if there are any, because in this case a bad sheep really spoils the whole flock and shakes the body even with all other serviceable supports. Unfortunately, everything in this world gets old with time, and wear of supports is inevitable. And it is bad that analogs are usually noticeably worse than the original pillows and either do not solve the problem, or solve it for a while. And original supports are often quite expensive. A good way to check whether the supports are not killed on a car with an automatic transmission is to compare the vibration when the selector is in park or neutral and in D mode with the brake applied. If the vibration will be much more noticeable in drive, then almost 100% of the reason lies in the supports. True, there is one, but the box must be serviceable. Otherwise, what if it's not the engine? A more rare cause of vibration on a car with an automatic is the wear of the bagel torque converter. If it is about to leave the chat, then when stopping in drive and pressing the brake, vibration also appears. But, fortunately, it happens less often than the wear of the liquid support of the motor, and the bouquet of symptoms is richer. There are usually jerks during acceleration and straight-line driving, and rumble. If everything has been checked 100 times and only the bagel is left of all the suspects, it makes sense to start with changing the oil in the automatic. Perhaps, with fresh oil, the situation will change for the better. In winter, you can check this scheme quite simply. Immediately after starting the engine, turn on D and see if the engine does not try to stall when the brake is pressed. If it stalls, then instead of ATF there is some impossible grease in the box. The only pity is that for this check you need a frost of 20 degrees, and you have to wait for it for a long time. Everything that turns, and, finally, another cause of strange vibration is malfunction of attachments and their drives. Of course, you can't detect vibration from a crooked alternator pulley. It's not the case at all, and the symptoms will be different. The belt is more likely to break than the car will shake. But sometimes it happens that something under the hood is spinning harder than it should. It can be an alternator, pump, air conditioner, compressor, anything. It's not the bearing that will vibrate, you can not notice it, but the motor itself, which becomes difficult to work at idle speeds. This is very rare, but just in case, I will give an example from a friend's service. The motor of a Ford Fusion did not produce any errors while shaking like a fever. The culprit turned out to be the pump. And usually when it is worn out, it first trivially leaks and jams, but here it just rotated unevenly and unevenly. And it was enough for the small volume motor to make a dance on the cushions. I think it's a rare exception, but still, if you've encountered it once, there's a chance someone else might encounter it too. What's to be afraid of? The vibration itself, of course, is unpleasant. It is not for nothing that many automakers nowadays put active engine mounts which change the parameters of operation depending on the speed and load on the engine. You can forget about comfort with vibration, but this is not the most important thing. The main thing is that sometimes this vibration can warn about a more serious malfunction or prevent it. Take the same Fusion. If the owner did not show concern in time, the pump would have jammed sometime anyway, and the consequences could be unpleasant. A slip timing belt or a stretched chain doesn't promise anything good either, and engine trolling and unexpected power loss can be simply dangerous. In addition, vibrations that are transmitted to the body do not prolong the life of wiring and connectors, especially if the wiring is old and dried out. Fixation points, wiring harnesses, bends and connections are frayed. And that's bad, too. So, you should not ignore the vibration. There is a reason for it, and this reason should be sought and eliminated in any case. In conclusion, understanding the causes of vibration at idle speed is crucial for maintaining your vehicle's performance. From the role of spark plugs to the surprising effects of components like the bagel, we've explored how various factors contribute to this common issue. By addressing these elements, you can enhance your engine's stability and ensure a smoother driving experience. Regular maintenance and timely inspections can go a long way in preventing these vibrations, keeping your vehicle running efficiently. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more insights on automotive care.